All right, first things first, before we get started, check out raw, natural, unrefined hemp rolling papers at www.rawthenic.com. Made in Alcoy, Spain, raw rolling papers are unbleached and unrefined with no chalk, no dyes, and no burning additives so that you can actually truly taste the natural flavors of what you're smoking on. So those whack woods, those swishes stinks, save that for the booth. If you're smoking that good, you're going to want to taste it. So check them out at www.rawthenic.com. That's RAWTHENTIC.com. Check out their wide variety of papers, cones, tips, rolling trays, grinders, t-shirts, skateboards, collectibles, and so much more. Big shout-outs to Small Town Recovery and Consulting. For all your business consulting needs, check them out at www.smalltownrecovery.com or give them a call at 702-293-1010. Also, don't forget to check out www.bombgreen.com. That's BOMGREEN.com. Now, let's get it popping. Yo, Hip Hop Roots Podcast. We back in the building again.
In this piece.
And hit up the voicemail line, 775-538-6350. You can text it as well. Hit us up on the email, hiphoprootspodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, spread the word. We're going to keep it moving with the Hip Hop Roots thing. We got a familiar face in the building. This man, I don't even know how to plug him in. He's a lyricist. He's a soul man. He's a DJ. I mean, where do I could go on and on and on and on. Yo, my man, Tray Charles. How the fuck you feeling, my dude? Oh, look at that. Pinky's out. Pinky's out.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Feeling great. Feeling great. Feeling
That's
good.
what I like here. And that's, you got all the good answers. It's exactly what you said when you came in, too.
Yeah.
So shit, man, first things first. Since Roots, I mean, I know what the fuck you've been doing. I'm sure some of these people know, but I mean, you've been involved in so much shit going on.
Man, just been trying to find myself, man, creatively.
Okay.
Just dabbling in a lot of different things. You know, I never thought I would dabble into, you know, jumping into groups and just being, I guess, value to everything that I step into.
Yeah, you'd say you, I'm trying to remember what that's, downtown you guys did a cypher kind of video with you and Fats?
It was a downtown cypher. It was myself, Fats, Mike Xavier, Razar from the Lick, and JR Beatbox. And it was a downtown cypher, Tony Shea's joint. Forget the name of the little community. It was a pretty cool community.
Yeah, it's all like those little silver streams or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah, it's like Airstream Village. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Super tight. I would say, that was I didn't even know about the village. That was how I even, I mean, I've driven by it a million times, but I thought they were like rentals.
Nah, it's actual homes, like creatives, musicians living there. It's like literally enough room, you know, for yourself, maybe your guitar, nice little bed, you know, it's comfortable. Then the whole community, it's just dope that, you know, just to be around, you know, the brunches and the little shows that they have. It's pretty cool.
Sweet. So the name Hip Hop Roots, you came in a little shortly after I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you weren't even there since the beginning, but you kind of, how did you get your start when you came in? I mean, like me as an MC, I came in on the open mic.
Yeah.
Started spitting, doing the thing, and then, you know, eventually ended up on the sets and then part of the team. You know, JR was brought in kind of through Black Book Sessions and, you know, doing the whole thing and meeting Hydro through that. So, I mean, what's your story?
Well, I ended up meeting Hydro through Inkwell, the producer.
Shout
who
out.
was, you know, my professor when I was in school, you know, learning the ropes of this audio engineering thing. So, yeah, I met him. And then was introduced to Hydro, and from there, you know, showed Hydro my talents. You know, I auditioned for a DJ position, came through 1 week and never left. You know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it was.
And that's
You got
dope because and I didn't know what to label you. As I said, is so usually there's like a start to one, but that's you do so much. I've seen you, murder the turntables. I've seen you murder the mic. You know what I mean? And you kill the production. I've done a couple of your beats and done a couple ciphers with your beats, and it's just you're again, just like I told JR, just like I told Dro, very versatile. And that's kind of what I like about you, because right now you're in this big like soul groove. You got the talk box thing going, and you're bringing out the funk. It's something different. It's old school, really, is definitely what it is.
So with that, like originally I started off as a DJ. That was my first love, my first passion is DJing. From there I learned pretty much the ropes of everything. A close friend of mine, Cam, he's doing his thing right now. Y'all go check him out. Cam Obi is his name. He's the guy that got me like really into DJing and into producing the way that I am, with it. Made me fall in love with it pretty much. So from there, after, I picked up those two, I've always been into rap. Middle school, I wouldn't call myself a rapper in middle school, but I used to battle rap. So I come from a battle rap background, and just having all of these different backgrounds from music, the battle rap background, learning to play the viola, which was my first instrument, that pretty much just took me to the next level. In high school is when I really, I would say, started to say, hey, I really want to take this music thing serious into the next level. So I picked up the talk box around that time. And
also, you were fucking with the talk box.
I was messing with the talk box around high school. Yeah, okay. So it's not an easy thing to pick up. It's not something you can just pick up
if you could
in
find
a month and be like, I'm gonna do this. It's a lot of practice. It's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of research. It's a lot of trying to be greater than the originator, the GOAT, Roger Troutman, in my opinion. Peter Frampton. It's trying to be better than those guys and elevating it and taking it to the next level. Not to take any credit from any of the other guys that have done it, which are incredible, talk boxers. MC Magic, for the Latin community, that's who you may know. Who else? Mr. Talkbox, he's a recent talk boxer who, did a lot of stuff with Bruno Mars and killing the game right now. So, but my thing is, I'm trying to take it to the next level. Learning how to rap while talk boxing has been the challenge.
When auto-tune came out, that was a big thing, with me, because that was the first thing I thought, because I was, I grew up playing percussion, playing guitars, I played metal bands, punk bands and stuff, so I was very familiar with the talk box. Never messed with it myself, but when auto-tune came out, that was the first thing I thought was like, it's like a generic way to not only sing, but it was like it was no, it was that same sound, except you didn't need the real effort to.
Originally, it's a pitch correction.
Yeah.
So it's made to like correct the impurities in certain melodies,
the non-singers,
non-singers instruments even. If a bass player, trumpet player, is off key, well, I'm gonna shift it slightly into that key, or you can, put the effect on so much that it just modulates your voice and it creates a different type of effect. Mm-hmm. Where some will argue it's horrible, and others will argue, hey, this is genius. And in my opinion, depending on who uses it, it could definitely be genius.
Yeah, I think it all depends on how anything. Just like any instrument or anything, it's really all depends on how it's used. Did you from Vegas originally? You born out here?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. See, I didn't know that for sure. I told you when you got here, you're not an easy man to research. You know what I mean? A lot of your music stuff's out, but there's not a whole lot of Tray Charles information out there, that's for sure. But I told you, you're gonna learn today.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Hell yeah.
I'm an open book.
So shit, what high school did you go to out here?
Went to Desert Pines.
And you all 4 years graduated
No, not all 4 years. Started off at Cheyenne High School.
Okay.
Maybe 3-4 months in, ended up moving on the east side of town, and from there been an east sider since.
And I want to say, I correct me if I'm wrong, and I want to say we probably had a conversation at Roots at one point. I don't know if were you in drum corps, or were you in marching band or something?
Band.
Okay, I was saying, 'cause I knew you played percussion, right?
Yeah, I was a lead snare.
Yeah, because we were fucking with drumsticks one day and doing drills and shit.
Down.
So was that your like percussion? Well, you said
Percussion,
viola's your first instrument.
Viola's my first instrument. You know, I've learned trumpet, handful of others, piano, of course. You know, from percussion, but you know, drumming, snare drum particularly was my go-to.
That's your forte.
My icing on the cake. That was, you know, the thing that made me confident, even enough to rap. You know, because you know you. Doing these drum cadences, you get so many cadences and patterns that you can, you know, throw into play when it comes to rapping. You know, it teaches you how to pace in between a bar. You know, it's all feeling at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was always played a lot of instruments myself, but I was always a person that said I could pick up sticks. I mean, it might be rusty, but that was one inch. You know, the percussion was always something I could pick up and be able to just get down on, no matter, even if I took 15 years off, which I pretty much have. But I love the beats, which is actually what drew me into hip hop, because I wanted to make beats at first. I actually started beatboxing because I didn't have anything to make beats. But then people like JR, before I knew JR, you know, like Rozelle and all that, I was like, there ain't no way. Can't do all that, but it's crazy. So before Roots, were you performing and shit?
Before Roots,
like hip hop, you know, like
hip hop wise,
DJ wise, no.
No, I was more on the DJ aspect of things, and I would say behind the scenes, I wasn't confident in my craft that, you know, to come out as a talk boxer or an MC. I was strictly on a DJ tip, doing a little production here and there for people, like really behind the scenes with it.
Were you like DJing like parties and shit, or were you like kind of
parties, weddings,
so whatever you can get your hands on?
Yeah, proms, anything. Yeah, pretty much anything I can get my hands on. Anything for the art, you know. Really wasn't into anything like hip hop wise like that. Hip hop Roots was the first thing, like the first time I was actually introduced to an actual all hip hop event.
Okay.
You know, I was always used to doing like open format DJing, playing like rap, mixing it with some Latin music and transitioning into pop and stuff like that. That was my thing. You know, I never had a specific genre. I'm a hip hop DJ or I'm a that DJ. I've always was into pop and other genres of music.
And it kind of seems, I mean, from what I know of you and stuff, it kind of seems like you got a big ear anyways.
Yeah.
Like you're like how I am. I don't, there's not much, I mean, I'm not a big fan of country music. I mean, there's some of it I like, but
yeah, definitely.
You know, I appreciate it.
One Place in the Night, Kenny Rogers.
Oh.
One of the greatest country songs ever.
Yeah. Google it. It's funny. We got to spark another one up.
Yeah, go ahead.
The conversation's getting good. Well, shit, man.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just anything that sounds good. If it resonates well with my ears, man, I'm a fan. You know, I can't really say that I'm a fan of a particular style of music, because before rap, I was listening to rock. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why it's so weird. Like, middle school for me was really awkward. You know, I consumed nothing but rock music, but I was battle rapping. But, you know, elementary school, my sister put me up on so much music, man. Like, I was put up on Michael Jackson. I was put up on a lot of the West Coast greats, Spice One, Ice Cube, like so much shit. Even as far as Midwest, Crucial Conflict, you know, she was putting me up on Twista, Do or Die. So I got consumed to a lot of different music. Not to mention, you know, my moms and pops putting me up on music like Zapp and Roger and Bootsy Collins and all of these different greats, funk musicians that are just out of this world, you know?
Yeah. Like, and see, that was one thing that I lacked younger. Like, I was very explored a lot, but like that whole like funk scene and stuff, it just, I didn't grow up around the kind of people that was present. But, you know, luckily enough, some of my favorite music is like blues.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I was surrounded by it. My stepfather's a fantastic blues guitar, jazz guitar player. So, I mean, he kills it. But I've always dug at some of that and bluegrass.
Bluegrass?
People are like bluegrass, and I'm like, bro, it's that
I've
that
never
fast,
tapped into no bluegrass
that
before.
Fast, funky, that, you know what I mean? That goes back to that, even that percussion, but it's, you know, a lot of it's real fast paced, and swing music. I've always been into that swing and ska. You know what I mean? Ska was big when I first moved out here in Vegas. They had a radio station, 103.5. I think it was called The Edge, and it was like that was big with ska, and that was, you know, say Ferris, Real Big Fish. But that's how I got introduced, like, to GDB.
Yeah.
And then because of the ska scene, and they were doing big out here. That's why when like Hydro was, it kind of all just kind of came around. They ended up doing an album and stuff. It was
that was a
pretty
proper
dope.
album, man. I like that. I really enjoyed that album.
So it's how many have you opened up for quite a bit of heads? I mean, I know you've DJ'd on that Root stage for quite a bit, but because I don't see you. I see you on the bill doing the talk box. I don't know that I've ever seen you on the bill much like rapping. I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
But it's
like I've like I said, I've played the behind the scenes role a lot. Like I love to add value to others' performances. Not to say that I can't do the same for myself, but it's just something about.
Well, you're good at it.
Yeah,
too.
it's just something about being that extra sauce on something that's already incredible. Like that's why I love the DJing aspect, because I can go to your show and I can add cuts. I can add that talk boxing to your background or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But as far as like people that I've opened up for, I don't know. It's been a while. It's been one of the first people I opened up for was Trillville. This was like, I forgot what year it was, but it was around the time.
There's a blast from the past.
Yeah, it was around the time they were popping. Ended up opening up for them. And it was around the time I met this cat. He's a really dope artist from the city, Jazz Laser. Goes by Laser now, yeah. First time I met him was during then. And man, like just to see how he's elevated, and to go back to that, I would say I've collaborated more with people than I have, opening up for a specific artist.
Yeah, because and that's the good thing about even when you're on a bill, I don't ever know what to expect. I don't know if I'm going to see if you're going to be DJing that night. I don't know if you're getting behind that talk box, if you're just going to be picking up the mic and smashing it. You know what I mean? Like that's what's cool about even seeing your name on the bill, because I could see you 2 days in a row. You may get the same show 2 days in a row, and you may get,
something
so
totally
it's
different.
And I dig
and
it.
that's what I love. That's what I love about, just, I'm gonna call it being a bored musician, because that's the only reason I got to the level of excellence that I got, is just saying, okay, I feel like I've gotten to this level of writing that has surpassed a lot of people that I've looked up to, or just some of my peers that may have rapped, even DJ wise. My mentor, has, he always taught me, learn from the people that you don't want to be like. That's the fastest way you're gonna learn. Okay, I don't want to DJ like this. I don't want to rap like that. All right, well, now you have, what you don't want. Now look at what you actually want to be like, or what you want to be greater than. Influences like Nas, Jay, and Cube, like so many dope lyricists. It's like, okay, how can I surpass these guys, or even keep up with these guys on a lyrical level, but at the same time keep an identity for myself, and then how can I stay in my own lane? Okay, let me pick up this talk box. Actually, not even pick it up. Like, let me show these people that I actually have this in my arsenal as well. Yeah. Hence the name, By the Way. By the way, I have this in my belt as well.
The way, you just beat me to the question.
By the way, I can DJ. By the way, I can rap. And I feel like that's what Roots to go back to Roots. That's what Roots brought to me. That's what Roots made it possible for me to do, is take all of these elements that I've already had and just be myself with them. Not be afraid to push that out, because there's a lot of talented people that wear multiple hats, but we feel like we can't wear those hats because I have to strictly be this, or I have to strictly be that. And it's like, nah, you be what you want to be whenever. I can pull up to a show and be like, you know what, I don't even want to rap today. I'm gonna just DJ for y'all tonight. I'm gonna just play music as if I invited y'all to my crib and I'm just playing some shit. You can hear some unreleased Tray Charles stuff. You can hear some beats. And that's another thing as well. I can do a set where I'm playing nothing but strictly beats. I can do another set where I'm doing nothing but strictly hard-hitting lyricism, or serenading the women with the talk box, or just giving you that nostalgic feel of that great feeling of music when it was. I wouldn't even say when it was pure, because I even still feel like now it's still in its purest form, because hip hop isn't really that old.
And that's huge. You say that. My shout outs to my dad. It's not like he's never. I mean, they've never not supported me. You know what I mean? But it's hip hop. But he's always like, when you gonna do this and get a job kind of thing. No one wants to see a 40-year-old guy rapping up there. And I just keep telling him, like, it's because the people who started this are just in their 40s and 50s and, just getting up there. I mean, it's such a new genre, and the culture's so new that, you can't really, he doesn't like the comparison. But I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what it reminded me of.
And it's like, my thing is, like, what's the difference between having Mick Jagger or whoever still out there rocking? Nobody says anything about these guys. But, when it comes to our hip-hop legends, how come we don't support them the way the rock communities or, the Latin communities do their musicians? Like, there's a lot of old motherfuckers in those genres.
No,
as well,
you're not even
so,
lying with that shit.
And, when it comes to hip-hop, like, I feel like we neglect a lot of the roots, that came with it all. Like,
well, I mean, and you're exactly right, because, I mean, what's to say that, like, fucking Rick James isn't hip hop? Because that's kind of where it all kind of starts from, is this, this soul and funk and kind of mixing it into certain thing. I don't know, our ashtray went MIA.
yeah, it went super.
She's usually on my magnet right here. I don't know what she did with it. Maybe she ran off with it. Shout outs to the wife. See, table ain't hurting. Now you can use the raw tray if you want. I'm gonna give a lesson real quick on these blunts to all you blunt rollers. I know Raw's gonna kick my ass, and Hydro's probably gonna kick my ass for even mentioning blunts. But if you rolling blunts and you ain't taking that glue strip out, you need to stop it. Let me teach y'all something. These are all put together by one thing: glue. You don't want to smoke that shit. So find that glue strip, pull that shit out. If you ever wonder why you go, you want to hit this blunt green, and I'm looking for that little strip on the table in the trash can, and then I'm like, nah. You know why? So
I'm cool,
take that glue out. You don't want to smoke that shit. You don't want to smoke the tobacco. Why I mean, you definitely don't want to smoke the glue.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Well, shit, man. You got you don't have any full albums out right now yet, right? Or do you?
Not that I dropped this year.
Okay.
My latest album, I dropped 2 EPs. One's called 1226. The other's called Pixelated Vision. Dropped them both on my birthday, December 26th.
Did you produce the album yourself as well?
Yeah, produce everything I do.
Okay.
So everything that I've ever dropped, like I would say 95 to 99% of the content that I have out there, I produced. So
that's the business right there. And you kill the production, because I got a couple. Me and if Hydro don't hurry the fuck up, it ain't never gonna get done. I'm gonna have to move on. But no, you did the Good Vibrations beat for the Beach Boys, and that's our little weed song, man. That motherfucker. And after he records, I'm gonna have to give it to you, because like I said, if you feeling it, you need to put a verse on that too, because that beat, I could not get that one in the Munsters, but you wouldn't let that Munsters one go. You said, boy, I got some plans for that.
I got some plans.
But I was upset because I heard that beat for a while, and then like a year later,
man,
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Bam. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
But
I had my sister called me, was like, hey, did you produce this joint? I go to check it out. I'm like, man, see. So producers, that's the key. Don't sleep on your shit.
But that
don't sleep on your shit.
That lets you know you're in the right place. Yeah. You're on the right track.
And that was like years ahead, years before that even dropped. So, and that's not the first time that's happened to me. But I mean, it's all about. I wouldn't even. There's no right time to drop music. I would encourage anybody. If you have something that you feel is dope, drop it. What are you waiting for? There's no right time. I know sometimes we want to have specific dates, that resonate or, that are just sentimental, to drop on a certain date or a specific date. But for the most part, just get it out there.
Yeah.
Producers, send your beats to, the top 5 artists that are in your phone, or the top 5 people that you talk to on a consistent basis,
I always like beat tapes.
Yeah.
I'm glad that producers are doing that because it gives us an opportunity to, a lot of people used to put out snippets and stuff to like listen, but they just kind of said, fuck it, I'm putting together like, basically it's almost like I'd listening to a DJ, but it's, I dig beats more than anything because it's, that catches me first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I dig the beat tapes, and I'm really glad producers are doing that for sure.
It's some fire producers, man, that have like some instrumental tapes out, really, really proper, put together like incredible.
This is no lie.
I think I may.
You have a beat tape out or no?
I have a few on my Bandcamp.
Okay.
I haven't put them on any of the other platforms.
Where's your main platform? I know
as far as like music wise.
Yeah.
Whenever I drop anything, it usually goes everywhere: SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, pretty much to all the platforms. But when I'm listening to my own music for my personal preference, I'm a fan of Apple Music.
Oh, okay.
That's where I go. Either that or Spotify. Bounce between those two.
Super, super dope. So you just dropped, I know you dropped a single here recently.
Yeah.
Good Day.
Good Day.
So that's actually, I'm a fan of starting my mornings off, positive. When I'm big on motivational speeches and audiobooks for like self-help and things like that. But that jam, especially since I knew you were coming in, I've been bumping that. I guess I can ask you what the inspiration is for it, but I'm pretty sure I know. But I mean, when you sat down ready to, was that like a 15-minute done kind of song because you just knew like it was just that day?
Nah. That song actually, it took some time, to be honest with you. I would say probably like a cool 3 to 4 months. Started with the beat. I would always, wake my morning up, start my morning listening to that beat every morning, playing around with the melodies. Then one day I just got the do. Like, shit just feels like a good day, and bouncing between me and my girl bouncing ideas between, each other, because that's what I do. I like to bounce ideas with, my girl and I.
Nice.
Like, yo, does this sound dope? What do you think it is? Oh, she'll let me know. No, that's not it. Or, yo, that shit is fire. She doesn't. I don't feel like she gives me a biased opinion. Like, she keeps it 100% real with me. So that's like one of the influences as well, is just being able to bounce an idea and be able to not even get that confirmation. Because even sometimes when she's like, nah, if I'm feeling 100% about my shit, I'm like, fuck it. I'm taking that chance. I'm doing what I do.
Yeah, sometimes you got to.
Yeah, always. Never
So
doubt
when you
yourself
started
as an
making
artist.
You said you've been working on it like 3 months
Yeah,
prior.
like 3
when you
months.
started making that beat,
Mm-hmm.
like that idea for the Good Day, was that even in the thought, or was that like when finally it was time to like write?
Nah, I just wanted to make something that felt good. At the time where I made that beat, I was in a depressive mode, so I needed to create something that brought those spirits up, because I was creating a lot of dark shit. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go to church one time. I'm not really religious, so I just wanted something to feel good, and gospel music just feels good. Soul music just feels good.
Yeah, it's a good message, and you got even in it, with you've always been lyrical. Like, you're not just gonna go up there and just say a bunch of rhyme and shit. Like, you say things and stuff, and you say a lot. Even when you're talking, you tell people you woke up, you're having a bad day, take your ass back to bed, start all over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's simple, but it's a dope song. You know what I mean? And I like it. And then you kind of mix the whole talk box thing with still the rapping thing, you know what I mean? Like, you almost had a feature on it, like of yourself. It's what it kind of sounds like, which is cool. I like that kind of shit. But that song, it's like I said, like I do a lot of that motivational shit in the morning and stuff, and that thing's been on rotation the last week and a half.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's mainly what I do it for. I make music for myself. It's all therapy for me. If you hear me on there talking shit, it's because I really feel that way. It's therapy for me. I have to get it out some way. It's either, get it out through music or get it out in a physical form. And I've had my ways with, you know, being physical with people or just being a physical person in general. So to be able to put it, you know, all in music platforms, whether it's, you know, through a song or through production, through my DJing, through my talk boxing, I have to get it out some way or the other, you know.
Yeah,
so
well, what better way than music?
And, you know, another thing, you know, is having a voice, you know. We have the opportunity to, you know, make or break somebody's day. I could have made a song, I had a shitty day.
Yeah.
You know, but what's the fun in that? You know, somebody might really be having a shitty day. What's the point of bringing them down when I can make something to uplift them, to start their morning with, or even to finish their day off with, finish their night off with, you know, like, yeah, you know, every day isn't good, but there is something good in every day.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that I try to preach out there, because that's something that I always used to neglect and look over. Like, something could happen and it could be like a horrible 15 minutes and I drag it out the whole day when it could have just been 15 minutes of, all right, fuck it, that happened. How can I make this situation better? How can I fix this situation? And if I can't fix this situation, then what's the point of, you know, moping about it? Let's move on. Do something different.
Oh shit, mission accomplished. You definitely got the message in through that song. So on that note, we went out last week, checked out Tray. I think he may have been the first or second time he performed a song. He was at Bunkhouse, so check that shit out.
This next track might sound a little familiar to y'all, if y'all heard the latest single. This is my latest single. It's streaming everywhere right now. Just dropped it a couple of days ago. It's called Good Day. So, you know, if you woke up in a bad mood today, you need to take your ass back to bed and try it all over again. You see? Take y'all to church one time. So I'm smiling. I think it must be evidence. Even though drunks out here wildin'. Yeah, someone could get their precedence. If you see someone throwing shade, tell them you'll be cool either way. Hey, it's gonna be a good day. Always remember, every day isn't good, but there's something good in every day. It's gonna be a good day. Sometimes you gotta be like a glow stick. You gotta be broken in order to shine. You feel me? It's gonna be a good day. Say your affirmations, drink your water, meditate. Everything gonna be a good day. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is believe. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. I feel a good day. I swear it's been good. See, I'm feeling real good. If I jumped up in the air, spread my arms, guaranteed that I would fly. It's getting hotter by the minute. I swear my tracks are hotter than the summers in Dubai. See, heaven is a mindset. All you gotta do is get that negative shit in your mind and give happiness a try. I'll bet you have a good day. 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 You just gotta embrace change. And watch you have a good day. It's been a good day. Oh, it's been a good day. I said it's been a good day.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
See? Super dope. As I said, even just watching it makes me already, I feel better and shit.
Yeah, man.
Again, that was Tray Charles, by the way. That was live at Bunkhouse. Where can they buy that? Where can they purchase that?
You can buy it. You can stream it live. If you, like I said, if you're a SoundCloud listener, you can go to SoundCloud, go get that. If you're a Spotify, you can go to Spotify, Apple Music, whatever your preference is. You know, just search Tray Charles, Good Day. Go check it out. IG, go check it out. You know, whatever your preference is. Even YouTube, it's on there for the free ski. So if you ain't got the ducats, you can support either way, man. Like, I'm not stingy with it, man. As long as you support and as long as you're feeling good, that's all that matters to me, man. Go tap in. Tray Charles, Good Day.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And you just released another single too, recently,
yes,
right?
Sir. Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Sayonara is the name of
And
it.
same thing. They can find it on all the platforms.
All platforms.
So what's the premise? What's the subject matter behind Sayonara? I mean,
Sayonara,
obviously we know what it means, but
yeah.
you know,
So
well, maybe some of us don't know what it
yeah,
means. I can't rely on everybody.
Sayonara, it's like a farewell, goodbye. So the main inspiration on that is, you know, being a player. The chorus is, see, y'all just crush a lot, I'm not a player. The name ain't 40 water, I can't save her. Buffy the vampire, how I slay her. See, when I stab it, sayonara, see you later. It's pretty much about, you know, being a player and not taking relationships seriously, being one of those guys to pretty much hit it and quit it, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Hence the sayonara, see you later, you know.
Huh. Trip out.
Yeah. So,
That's that's crazy to explain like that, because I would have, you know, if I had to make a guess, it'd have been something else.
Yeah. So
No,
that,
bitch.
that
But
yeah,
I
that was,
guess-
that's the main viewpoint of it. But it's pretty much a story of me going from being that to, you know, being in a committed relationship, you know, and learning the value of relationships instead of, you know, being a broken spirit and bouncing from woman to woman and thinking that you have to, you know, take that energy from multiple women, you know?
Yeah. All right, so I guess we can do it two different ways. I was trying to figure out how the best way to ask you. There's a lot's changed in music, period. But even like, you know, especially hip hop, like just, you know, people either complaining about the new or people are loving the new.
Yeah.
Let's say pre-2010. Like who would you put roughly on your top 3 bracket? Because I know once you say it and you think about it driving home, you're going to be like, motherfucking.
Fuck.
But like if you had it, even if it wasn't hip hop, you know, like who would be, you would say would be like your top 3 inspirations?
Pre-2010?
Yeah, like, you know, but like I said, not some new school.
Let me see.
You can rough on
I
the
would
2010.
throw B.O.B. in there.
Okay.
He's always been a favorite. He's
good
never
pick.
like let me down. Who else would be in there? Snoop has never disappointed.
No, yeah. Can't go wrong with Snoop, that's for sure.
This third one is difficult as hell, man. Ooh, Dylan. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, he could have been 5.
Oh man, top 5. Dylan, dead or alive.
That's right.
That third one, you know what? I'm gonna have to throw a wild card in there because I can't even think of one that's like really stands out from 2010.
What were you bumping heavy? Like, you know, like let's say 2008, 9, 10.
I was listening to like a lot of Busta. It's
There you go.
like, you know, 2006,
I
2008.
think he was
Busta
putting out some
Rhymes,
heavy stuff then too. That was pretty.
Yeah, Busta was one of those guys that's like day one, you know, early Tribe Called Quest days, you know, when he was with those guys, you know, has always been one of the cats that I've respected and looked up to just from his creativity, the production choice, just how dope, you know, the overall package was of Busta. You know, he was just one of those guys that made me want to be like, you know, take this shit to the next level, especially when it came to the videos, because
Oh yeah,
Man.
no one did videos like Bust. The only people who did dope ass videos like that was Tool.
yeah,
they do what they
Tool.
did.
I would say Missy Elliott and Redman
Yeah,
were like
yeah.
two other like hip hop Cats that had like
Yeah,
great
Busta
video
had
quality.
it with the. I'll never forget the Give Me Some More video.
Yeah.
That was, man, that could have been on repeat in my room all day.
Yeah, all day.
All day. Now with all the new school stuff going on, like let's say the last 8 to 10 years, you know, who would you, you know, who have you been digging? You know what I mean? Like even if it's not so new, but like I said, in the last 8 to 10 years.
Saha the Prince.
Okay.
That dude is he's been on my playlist since I can't even remember, man. Like maybe like 2010 and on. Maybe like 2011. 2012 was when I started listening to him, and he's been on repeat like ever since. Like every project I look forward to. Like he never disappoints when it comes to the bars, the subject matter, everything, man. Dude is dope. Who else have I really been on since then?
You digging any of these? I mean, I don't want to say like face tattoo dudes, because like I just started getting into this Mercules.
Mercules, never heard of that.
Never heard of him, yeah. And
Nah,
he's grimy, kind of, you know. But I mean, he's been killing it. Big chunky white boy. I think he's, I don't know, not here, from Canada or some shit, but killing it.
Like I would say recently. I wouldn't go even as far as like 10 years, or 2010, and now like say like the last 3. I've been up on this chick, Lake Calais 47. Like I think she's from Brooklyn. She's fire.
Okay.
She wears like a mask, like that's her whole persona. But like she's incredible. Even recently, I would even say Tyler the Creator has recently been somebody that I've started tapping into and just started respecting. Like the last album, Flower Child album, Flower Boy, I think it's called. That shit was dope. Like it was beyond incredible. I didn't expect it to be like as amazing as it was. You know, I've tried tapping into, you know, a lot of his stuff over the years, but I feel like this one like hit home and just like I respect it to the fullest.
That's
now,
dope.
man.
I haven't heard the album, so I'm definitely have to peep that one. Cause you know I like Tyler the Creator. He's kind of a hit or miss with me.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a weirdo, you know what I mean? So, but that's what makes him so dope too, you know what I mean? But it's, you know, it's to everyone, I guess, to each their own kind of taste and shit. But damn, I was trying to think. You on to anybody like hot recently that's been, you know? I know a lot of people might be watching that's not from Vegas, because we're all from Vegas and shit and heavy in the scene. Is there anybody out here locally or like within the vicinity that you've seen that's kind of caught your ear?
That's dope. It's Cat X. It's X Music. That's where you can find him. He's dope. Interstate Fats. He's another cat that's
man,
just,
I love Fats. That boy
dope
right
as
there.
hell, man. I've had the honor to work with him in the past, you know, and man, dude he's such a humble spirit and such a dope fucking artist.
Yeah.
You know, who else out here is dope as hell? Producer wise, Trade Voorhees. That's been one of my favorites for
consistent,
years,
yeah.
man. Consistently every Saturday the 14th. You can expect some fuego from this guy, man. Like, and that's what I love about him as well. You know, he found his niche. He's found his persona. You know, he plays off of this Jason Voorhees. You know, so you know this past Halloween, you know, him and his wife cooked up this dope Halloween album, man. Like the dopest shit ever. Like that's just dope as fuck to me, man. Like to be able to work on an album with your wife and it be fire as hell.
Yeah.
You know, like incredible. Like dude, hats off to him, man. Like I've been a fan for years. Like we have some stuff in the making as well.
Really?
Yeah. So
like
I don't know if I can speak on it yet,
okay,
but just know
damn,
just know
like,
we got some stuff coming soon, man. Some real dope shit coming soon.
Son of a bitch.
All produced by him, so yeah.
God damn. Well, shit, we'll segue into this real quick. We're just gonna show you all the top charts for this week. Peep it out, man. See who's on the top. shit, there's all your top music for the last week or so, maybe 2. I mean, I didn't see your name up there, Trey, yet.
Yet.
I was gonna say because I'm sure we can expect that one way or another.
Yeah.
You're gonna be them winning the beat. As I said, we don't know either. It might be the beat, it might be the verse, it might be the hook. You don't even know.
It might just be me
hyping,
straight
DJing.
writing for someone. You never know.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, if anybody's got ideas for segments, again, any ideas? If you want to send in Hot 16s, you want any of that kind of stuff, we take videos, we'll take ideas. You can text it, you can voice it, 775-538-6350. Hit the email, hiphoprootspodcast@gmail.com. We all about the ideas, even feedback. Hit the voicemail, let us know, tell us, fuck you. I mean, we don't, just let us know what up. Let us know the voicemail works. We've been getting some funny-ass voicemails, though. I think we're going to end up doing a segment, getting some of these together and putting them in, because some people just drunker and shit, wilding out on the phone.
Wilding the fuck out.
And then forget to hang up. Yeah, I love it. So, man, what can we expect from you? You working on some stuff? Like, you got an album in the work? You putting a boy band together? I mean, I know you always got something going.
No boy band yet, no boy band yet. Actually, I have been working, with a few artists lately. Few locally, few overseas. But as far as like my own solo projects, I have titles. I haven't started recording anything yet. Just have a lot of production that I'm, filtering through, seeing where to send them to or if to keep them for myself, So I'm working on a project right now called Purple Hues.
Okay.
Just touching on a lot of things that the color purple associates with royalty, crown chakra, things of that nature. And what the color means to me, it makes me feel good. Hence the
nice.
Yeah. So the color just makes me feel good, and it's a lot of like dope energy properties that's associated with it. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with like my schemes of albums, but a lot of it is based off of numerology. Version 10, if you look at the cover, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's squared. So, and if you add all the numbers up, no matter which way, it all equals up to 10. 10 meaning, change over time, all of this other different stuff, just tap into that. Tap into the number 10 numerology. And then go listen to version 10, and then it'll all make sense to you.
Damn.
But yeah, even as far as 1226, my project 1226, that was another one, that, I said released on my birthday that we talked about earlier. And that one's kind of, I wouldn't say too sentimental, but just tap into it. You'll figure something out.
Okay.
Pixelated vision is just my vision being cluttered, not my vision not being where it wanted to be. Not, allowing myself to do certain things or fighting temptations and all of these other wild stuff that I was going through at the time. So, but yeah. Expect the project. I don't have a date yet, but I may just drop something secretly, man. Beat tapes.
Huh?
Yeah, I've definitely been thinking about producing some beat tapes. Producing for some other artists. So you never know. Like I'm always dropping something. Whether it be me producing something for some artists, me featuring, or just, me dropping my own projects, my singles, or whatever the case may be. So just tune in and keep your eyes and your ears peeled.
Yeah, that's right. And you ain't hard to find either. I know that.
Tray Charles BTW,
On everything.
Everything.
That's what I say, on everything. Well, shit, man. You got anything else before we get out of here?
No, just continue to have a good day,
That's what I
that's
like.
all. That's all I want to leave it off on. You
That's
got
good.
those obstacles. Either find a way to maneuver through them or break those walls down. And I want to end off on one more thing. There's no such thing as taking an L. It's either a loss or a lesson. Tray Charles, by the way.
And I don't think we can end on any better of a note. Make sure you like the videos, subscribe, Hip Hop Roots Podcast. My name's Bomb Green. We out. Go Knights, go.
See, I just crush a lot, I'm not a player. The name ain't 40 water, I can't save her. Buffy the vampire, how I slay her. See, when I stab it, sayonara, see you later. Sayonara, see you later.
I used to crush them, not to love them. Tapped in here, nothing from them. My whole life, one girl weren't enough. And Picasso stroking 2 paintings with 1 brush. You see, I had a proper side piece, but then I had to tell my side piece, yeah, I had to let her go. See, she was like my girl, man, not talking my girlfriend, cause my kissing girlfriend stayed at home. She's the type of girl that I called on the weekends, or even the times when I felt alone. They always hit me late night trying to cake something. If I pad up on that fatty cake, I'm bound to bake something. And it won't stop till we wake your neighbors.
See, I just crush a lot, I'm not a player. The name ain't 40 water, I can't save her. Buffy the vampire, how I slay her.